Have a great day. Enjoy. I love your glasses.
That good cause resulted in a peaceful rally to acknowledge, respect, and preserve the legacy of Reverend Elizabeth Alston. The event took place at 35 Piermont Avenue in Nyack, New York, right in front of the church building St. John Deliverance Tabernacle, just one day after the 20th anniversary of that tragic and painful day, 9/11. Reverend Alston led a thriving ministry for over 53 years, but it all came to a sudden end in April of 2019 when she was suddenly hospitalized, and within 1 week, she died. Her two sons, James and myself, Stephen Alston, took time away from serving in the church to grieve the passing of this great matriarch, our mother. But when we returned to the organization, a new pastor had been installed, and leadership positions were given without our knowledge or consent as board members. Since that time, the organization has been operating under this new structure and has not shown any progress toward furthering Reverend Alston's vision for the ministry. Her final vision statement is to provide opportunities for expression of worship and community service that will enhance the lives of individuals. In addition, it is impossible for us to assist in bringing her vision to fruition after being excommunicated by the very organization she founded. This behavior on the part of the leadership left us no choice but to take legal action and raise awareness within the community about the injustice.
Our late Apostle Austin, she pastored for 53 years. She put in a whole lot of work, and your two sons, Stephen and James, were alongside her. They worked in this ministry. They were a part of the board, and to see them treat them so unfairly, it's just disrespecting and not the God thing to do.
So I feel like the people should put their pride aside and do what really matters to people and us, and it matters to lead on the legacy of the mother.
I believe that you need to stand up not only for justice, but for what is right in the name of God.
We think there was a great injustice done, and that somebody needs to say something about it, and that a lot of people need to come together to speak up, and that's why we're so happy that we're here as a group.
We are here today to support and bring awareness to late Elizabeth Alston and her legacy.
I'm happy to be here, and good cause.
And it's not right at all. It's not godly at all. And it's really upsetting to me that your mother she put a lot of work and effort, and everyone in the family, it was a family thing, you know.
The legacy must return to the bloodline where it rightfully belongs.
Early in Reverend Alston's ministry, James became the mastermind behind the renovation and interior design of what you see here. This design was so beautiful that it caught the attention of the late Hollywood film director Jonathan Demme, who paid Reverend Alston to allow him to shoot a scene here for the movie Manchurian Candidate starring Denzel Washington. But within just 1 year of the founder's death, the church was renovated and redesigned from this to this, under the new structure of leadership.
We got to love everybody. We got to treat everybody right.
Initially, when we arrived to set up at the location, within minutes, several police cars showed up. We informed the officer who approached us of a permit that we secured to hold our peaceful rally at this location. The officer then told us that we are fine and not doing anything wrong. We asked one of the officers, why did so many police cars need to show up? We only have 4 people here so far. The officer responded. When the call came in, it was stated that there was a very large crowd of people in front of the church, but we can see that's not the case. So the officer told us to continue what we were doing. But the leadership persisted to have the police remove us, and that's when Orangetown police officer Tyrone McNeil rendered a sermon of his own.
If they're out on the sidewalk, you're not impeding parishioners. You know what? Do the godly thing and let them be. Make it godly as long as they're not interfering with you. Okay, well, we're here now. We're making sure that they're not interfering. Okay. Well, no, we're not going to babysit. We're going to ask everybody to act like adults, and ask everybody to act godly today. Okay. All right. All right. So at this point, they're not doing anything to break the law.
Bringing all this attention.
Perfect.
Yes, the police.
See what happens now.
There's a lot of police.
When they call,
there.
it goes into a radio dispatch.
Oh,
So people
yeah.
are listening all the time to dispatch.
Oh.
It's a shame. The officer says, do the godly thing and leave them alone. We're not violating the law.
Later, Harold showed up on his motorcycle and said he was called there to provide security for the church. So we did the godly thing and gave him a stool to sit on. We hope that you will support us in our mission to raise awareness, and in spite of all that happened that day, the mission was still successfully accomplished, thanks to our beloved and dedicated friends who understood and took up the cause to help acknowledge, respect, and preserve a great legacy.